Are you looking to generate massive traffic to your existing website? If you are, you've come to the right place. Megasite Creations will absolutely help you generate massive traffic to your website organically and at a fraction of the cost. We've developed the technology and a system to help you draw thousands of free, organic visitors to your site daily. We do this by building you what we call a megasite. A megasite is a site consisting of thousands of unique keyword-optimized pages of content. Each page is uniquely different from the others, thus allowing them to be picked up and, most importantly, indexed by the major search engines. Here's an example of how the large companies like CafePress, Overstock.com, and Buy.com gain such tremendous exposure to their sites. Notice the number of web pages they have. CafePress has over 18 million web pages, and Overstock.com has nearly 2 million. If it's one thing we know how to do, it's how to drive traffic and drive it affordably. Regardless of your product or service or what amount of traffic you're currently receiving, we guarantee that we can dramatically increase the number of hits you receive on a daily basis. Here's an example of the results that were achieved by one of our clients in less than a 2-month period. When we launched this megasite for the client, they were averaging just 348 page views and 171 first-time visitors per week. And in less than 2 months, we were able to increase their traffic to 5,098 page views and 11,038 first-time visitors in a 1-week period. These are not your typical SEO methods used by the majority of the fly-by-night SEO companies just looking to make a quick buck. This is a legitimate service and system designed to take your small site average website and turn it into a huge mega site with thousands of new and uniquely keyworded web pages. Here's a brief overview of what we're talking about. Let's say you currently have a 100-page website, which is, by the way, larger than most found out there. And let's say that site receives 500 visitors a month naturally. And based on traditional conversion rates, you closed 5 of the sales at an average of $100 profit each. You would have made $500 for your efforts. Now here comes the fun part. Now let's say we double the amount of pages you currently have, and we take that one step further and we make sure that each one of those pages are uniquely different in the eyes of the search engines. And we also make them very keyword dense for the type of product you're selling. Now, let's take that number and multiply it by creating several thousand of these unique keyword dense pages. Now we're talking some serious traffic and some serious income. That's the world that we call the megasite world. We create megasites that generate mega traffic, resulting in mega profits for your firm. Google is constantly changing the game as far as search engine optimization, and new methods like ours must be implemented to gain the competitive advantage. Google wants content, and lots of it. The more you have, the better your rankings will be. But there's one important factor that we must pay close attention to, and that is that Google also wants unique content, not duplicate content. As we see it, the options a website owner has is either to spend a ton of money hiring internal talent to load their sites with relevant and up-to-date content, spend large sums of money on AdSense, typical SEO tactics, email advertising, or several other forms of offline advertising, or you can hire Megasite Creations to build you your very own megasite and start enjoying the benefits of receiving a massive amount of traffic organically for the search engines. Corporations with deep pockets can afford to spend large sums of money on advertising. Can you? We can help you mimic the success of these large corporations at a fraction of the cost. Let's talk a little about the typical forms of advertising and why they just don't work for the average small to medium-sized business. Pay-per-click advertising is a game that should primarily be played by the big boys. If you don't have $10,000 or more a month to invest in this game, you'll find yourself at the end of a very short stick. The only people winning at this game is the large corporations and the search engines that make billions from it. The only SEO methods that work to drive large amounts of organic traffic these days are those that involve the creation of large amounts of content. Content that is unique to search engines and content that's added on a regular basis. Any SEO company that tells you they'll increase your results by just adding some keywords to your site is leading you down the path to failure. Be cautious when dealing with these companies, that more often than not are just a bunch of scam artists trying to separate you from your money. Direct mail is just another roll of the dice. Sometimes you win, but most often you lose, and lose big. It's expensive, it has a very low response rate, and the list companies recycle their lists to the masses, so you end up spending thousands and thousands of dollars before you even realize that it's time to try another type of marketing campaign. Can you afford to throw dollars at this type of campaign? Over the years, the newspaper and magazine ad response rate has continued to drop. Many of the large publications are struggling to stay afloat. This is definitely a form of advertising that you would be well advised to stay clear of, especially if you have a limited advertising budget or a budget that doesn't allow for expensive test runs. Your website is created to share with the world what your company has to offer. The more people that you can get to see your sites affordably, the better off you'll be in the long run. When you invest in a mega site, you'll see a substantial increase in your page hits and views. These increased hits and views will result in more leads, which of course turn into increased revenues for your company. This is what we do. We build affordable, mega solutions that drive mega traffic to our clients' sites. We know what the search engine spiders like to eat. We'll share that knowledge with you and assist in maintaining a long-term solution to keep you humming along with bunches and bunches of new traffic every day. We can increase your traffic by a ton. All you need to do is give us a call, and we'll show you how.